Mr. Jensen here, or shall I say, Professor Albus Dumbledore, here to talk about music's Week 4 lesson, the composer of Star Wars, John Williams. May the 4th be with you. Here's a brief biography on John Williams. In a career that spans 5 decades, John Williams has become one of America's most accomplished and successful composers for film for the concert stage. He has served as music director and laureate conductor of one of the country's treasured musical institutions, the Boston Pops Orchestra. And he maintains thriving artistic relationships with many of the world's great orchestras, including the Boston Symphony Orchestra, the New York Philharmonic, the Chicago Symphony, and the Los Angeles Philharmonic. Mr. Williams has received a variety of prestigious awards, including the National Medal of Arts, the Kennedy Center Honor, the Olympic Order, and numerous Academy Awards, Grammy Awards, Emmy Awards, and Golden Globes. He remains one of our nation's most distinguished and contributive musical voices. Mr. Williams has composed the music and served as music director for more than 100 films. His first 40 years artistic partnership with director Steven Spielberg has resulted in many of Hollywood's most acclaimed and successful films, including Schindler's List, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Jaws, Jurassic Park, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 4 Indiana Jones films, Saving Private Ryan, Munich, Hook, Catch Me If You Can, Minority Report, AI, Empire of the Sun, The Adventures of Tintin, and Warhorse. Their latest collaboration, the BFG, was released in July of 2016. Mr. Williams has composed the scores for all 7 Star Wars films, the first 3 Harry Potter films, which is where I come from, The Accidental Tourist, Home Alone, Nixon, The Patriot, 7 Years in Tibet, The Witches of Eastwick, Sleepers, Sabrina, The Cowboys, and Reavers, among many others. He has worked with many legendary directors, including Alfred Hitchcock and Robert Altman. In 1971, he adapted the score for the film version of Fiddler on the Roof, for which he composed original violin cadenzas for renowned virtuoso Isaac Stern. He has appeared on recordings as pianist and conductor with Itzhak Perlman, Joshua Bell, Jesse Norman, and others. Mr. Williams has received 5 Academy Awards and 50 Oscar nominations, making him the Academy's most nominated living person and the 2nd most nominated person in the history of the Oscars. His most recent nominations was for the film Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Born and raised in New York, Mr. Williams moved to Los Angeles with his family in 1948, where he studied composition at the Juilliard School. In addition to his activity in film and television, Mr. Williams has composed numerous works for the concert stage, among them 2 symphonies and concertos for flute, violin, clarinet, viola, oboe, and tuba. His cello concerto was commissioned by the Boston Symphony Orchestra and premiered by Yo-Yo Ma at Tanglewood in 1994. In January 1980, Mr. Williams was named 19th Music Director of the Boston Pops Orchestra, succeeding the legendary Arthur Fiedler. He currently holds the title of Boston Pops Laureate Conductor, which he assumed following his retirement in December 1993, after 14 highly successful seasons. He also holds the title of Artist in Residence at Tanglewood. One of America's best-known and most distinctive artistic voices, Mr. Williams has composed music for many important cultural and commemorative events. Liberty Fanfare was composed for the rededication of the Statue of Liberty in 1986. American Journey, written to celebrate the new millennium and to accompany the retrospective film The Unfinished Journey by director Steven Spielberg, was premiered at America's Millennial Concert in Washington, D.C. on New Year's Eve, 1999. Mr. Williams holds honorary degrees from 21 American universities, including the Juilliard School, Boston College, Northeastern University, Tufts University, Boston University, and the New England Conservatory. We hope you have enjoyed this biography of one of the greatest composers of our time, John Williams, the composer of the music Star Wars, Harry Potter, and lots of other great movies that I'm sure you have probably seen. So this is Dumbledore signing off, and Mr. Jensen signing off too.